Hello, hello.
Hey,
Yeah,
I can open my video lah
as
when I'm at
usual.
home.
Hey,
I didn't catch that.
where is Pom? Huh, that's weird.
Power is here. Power is. Oh,
I
there,
don't s-
Power is here.
in the audience or what? I don't
Yeah,
see
in
him.
the audience there. He is here.
Hey, he should be automatically here. Huh, that's weird. Let
Sivali, I
me
don't see her.
let me invite Power.
Mm. Power is here
Sorry,
already.
sorry about that.
Nah,
Hey,
there.
Power. Hey,
Okay.
hey, Power.
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can hear you
Hello.
loud and clear. Let me look for Soma. Uh,
Soma, I don't see her.
Don't worry. Let's do this. And then, hi, welcome everyone. Today we have an amazing guest here, old friend of Carol and mine actually, Pawut over in Thailand. And thank you everyone for coming in. We are talking about understanding e-commerce in Thailand, and that's something that a lot of the entrepreneurs are very keen to know. I will get Carol to say a few things. With Carol from MDEC. Hey, Carol.
Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't turn on my video when I'm at home. Very messy at the back here. Unlike Daniel and Pawut's backdrop. A lot of things happening. So thank you, Daniel, for hosting this, and thank you, Pawut and Soma. I don't know whether Soma is around for their time in sharing with us the e-commerce landscape and what does it take for our Malaysians to be at Thailand's marketplace, and we specifically invited Pawut for this from he's a CEO of Tarat.com, and to see whether or not there's an opportunity for our Malaysians to be export products to be exported there, more of products because it's an e-marketplace over in Thailand. So and we at MDEC, my division is in charge. I take care of exports, so I always look for market access. Whoever is in whichever country you are, and there's an opportunity for Malaysians to go exports, then please give me a buzz. And if you are of Malaysia products, or you are a trader of products and you wish to go market access to any of the countries, like or via eBay, Amazon, or Tmall, what else? Bilibili in Indonesia. Then hit me, and after that we will connect you with the channel partners that's in charge of this. So Tarat.com is one of the platform over in Thailand, and they have offers or services to manage Malaysian product based on whatever category that I was going to share to us later. What are the hot items? What do you expect, and how do you do payment settlement and all? So that's it. Thank you, Daniel, again for having me, and the floor is yours. It's back to you now, Daniel.
Thank you very
Oh,
much, Carol.
before you go on, Daniel,
Yeah.
um, I will also, before you go on, I also would like to share that last Friday, no, back in March, we in MDEC, we opened up a tender for Belanjawan 2021 e-commerce initiative. Happy to say that this week Monday was the closing date, and there were more than 50 enablers putting up the proposal. So this week, like today especially, we are already busy in reviewing the proposals and see their qualifying criteria, if they meet or not. So we'll be by after reviewing this, then we will announce who is the partners for SMEs to onboard on their platform for export and domestic campaign. So we will make the announcement by end of May after we review the proposal.
Thank you very much. Just before I introduce Pawut, and Soma is on the way. So Soma is a community builder. I'd just like to acknowledge her. For those who actually are new to this Air Meet, you can actually ask the question. So there's a chat functionality all the way to your right hand side. And if you want to ask question, the question is at the tab right below, and we will get to the questions later. So if you have any question for our esteemed speaker, Pawut, feel free to just ask a question. If we find a question interesting, you can put your hands up and we can just bring you up on stage. Just to do a brief intro, Pawut is actually one of the pioneer of e-commerce over in Thailand, and like prior to holding CEO and founder of Tara.com, the first and biggest e-commerce service in Thailand since 1998, which is very long actually. So it's like pre.com boom. Uh, uh, he's been involved in Rakuten and a whole bunch of stuff. And he's also the founder of the Thai E-commerce Association, as you see from his slide. So I will, with no further ado, I will leave on to like a guy that I respect a lot, especially everything I need to know about e-commerce in Thailand and around the region. Pawut, man.
Okay.
Floor is all yours.
Sorry. Can you hear me, right? Okay. And I think you can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Anyway, before let me show myself. Okay, my name is Pawut. Okay. Today I'm gonna share you about our e-commerce situation and in terms of landscape in Thailand. But sorry, I'm in home because Bangkok, the COVID situation in Bangkok is, and in Thailand, most of people work from home now, and they just announced today. I think the number of the cases is growing up. Actually, we are nearly everything's really good now, but a few weeks ago, the case is coming up, and that means people stay home and people work from home. Okay, anyway, let's see that. Okay, what's going on in terms of e-commerce in Thailand? Okay, you can see my screen, right? Okay, let me introduce myself. Okay, my name is Pawut. Okay, just my nickname is Pom. Okay, I'm CEO and founder of Talat.com. Okay, I'm operating this company more than 22 years, and I'm also the startup investor. Now I'm invest more than nearly 30 company, and I am a founder of many associations related to e-commerce. Like, I'm a Thai E-commerce Association founder and ex-president, and also the Thai E-Payment Association, Thai Logistics Association, and Thai Webmaster Association. And I'm also have my own media, like I'm the columnist in the newspaper, top newspaper in Bangkok. But nowadays, it's no, writing in the newspaper is not really, famous. You have your own blog or you have your own YouTube channel. Okay, anyway, actually, I'm starting company in 1999 since with my friends after I'm graduate. Actually, I'm graduate from architecture. Okay, and I'm starting the first my website is thaisecondhand.com. It's the first classifieds in Thailand. And I'm doing in 2001, I'm starting Talat.com. It's the first Thailand marketplace in Thailand. And 2009, Rakuten came, okay, the largest e-commerce from Japan, and they acquired my company. Then I'm working with Rakuten about 6 years. And with their, really high competition in terms of e-commerce, in that time, I'm investing a lot of companies. You see a lot of company that I'm investing, like a payment, marketing, big data, a lot of things. Okay, and 2016, Rakuten exit from South Asia. Then I bought a company back, and 2018 I sell the company again to the one big conglomerate in Thailand. It's the name TCC Group, the company who own like a Thai Bev and Fraser. Okay, Fraser property in they own it. And now I'm keep investing in many company. And now I'm invest more 3 e-commerce company, 6 logistic company, 4 fintech company, 2 advertising company, and 4 vertical e-commerce, and a lot of industrial tech, big data, healthcare, and games. That's why I can see what's going on in terms of the whole internet industry movement in Thailand. Because when we invest in e-commerce, I can see that payment is growing, and then payment is growing. I see that is pushing the logistics is growing too. And when the logistics is growing, what has happened? The data is a lot of data is flow, and the marketing, big data. That's why I can see everything is going on. What's going on in the tech industry in Thailand? Because most of companies that invest, I have to understand everything what they're doing. Okay, this is the big picture what I'm doing. You see that? Okay, I have education. I have the marketing company. This is the online agency company. Okay, and in terms of the sales, we have e-commerce. We have a vertical e-commerce, something like a construction, tech, and the pet industry, motorcycle, travel, healthcare, and a lot of stuff that I'm investing. And for payment, we have pay solution. In terms of the shipping, we have ShipHop, we have fulfillment, we have on-demand delivery, and we have Whitesize. It's a big data, and have a Credent. That is something that I'm invest for many years. Anyway, let's jump to what's going on in Thailand. Sorry, some slide in Thai. Okay, I haven't translated yet. Okay, but anyway, this is something that I would like to show you that, okay, in terms of the population in Thailand, we have about 70 million people, and in terms of the internet percentage of the people who can reach to the internet, it jumped to nearly 70%. Okay, Thailand is here. That means the 5G is coming, the mobile phone is very cheap, okay, and the people, jumping to the internet a lot, and I will tell you later why more than half of people in the country, they use the internet right now. They have a big reason in the last year, it's a big factor. And in terms of the Thai people, okay, we spend more than 8 hours, I think nearly 9 hours per day to spend time on internet. You see that? Okay, be a little bit high comparing to other country. And in terms of mobile spending, okay, I think we are, the third largest in terms of the people who spend time on the mobile internet. We spend like 5 hours per day in the mobile internet. Okay, and this is Thailand is one of the fastest internet speed, okay, in the world. Unbelievable. In the world, okay. Average is about 300 megabit per second, okay. And the price very cheap now, okay, because huge competition in terms of internet and the mobile, okay. That's why people can reach and using internet, high-speed internet very, very easy, okay. And in terms of social media, okay, Thailand, we reached 78% in terms of the population using the internet. I think everywhere people using Facebook, everywhere people using Line, and Instagram is one of the huge famous for Thailand. And the reason that why online in Thailand is very famous, because now online become like a main channel for many business, many industry. And the reason that why Thailand, the people using internet a lot, because due to the COVID-19 last year, Thailand government, we have many campaigns try to stimulate the people to using online, and they try to pushing the money to the society. They try to give money to the people to have spending more money. And the way that they give money, they give into the online. That means they have the free money to the people. That means, but they have to downloading application. And if you are downloading application, register to online, and then you can earn money like 500 ringgit, okay, for free. And they have many card campaign. You see that this is many card campaign. Mostly it's done to the application. It's named Pao Tang Wallet. It's government wallet. That means everyone can use. Everyone can. They will push money from the government to the people or the country to this application. Have this campaign. We call like travel together. That means if you travel within the country, the government subsidize the money for you to flying to flying ticket like that. And then to get this card campaign or benefit, you need to download this government wallet too. That's why more than 50% of the people in the country, or maybe the people like a farmer or the very low-end people, they use the internet because they never used internet before. They never used mobile internet before because they don't have reason to use. But after this government, they launched this kind of campaign, is stimulating the people. Hey, I need to downloading the application. I need to, have this kind of application. And if you're a small, small shop like that, like a, street food, you can accept money from the government by downloading application, and then you can generating QR code. And then when you're paying money, government will subsidize, that money. That's why this is a big reason that why up the whole country, the people in the whole country to use the internet more and more. That's why e-commerce become more widely, because government pushing a huge of money direct to the, to the people. And this is the whole landscape of e-commerce in Thailand. Actually, the 2000 they have logistic and they have a cloud computing. Okay, let's see that this is a platform. Okay, you see that a lot of player in Thailand, they have a B2B. Okay, some of that is some of player is overseas player. In terms of B2C marketplace, we have a lot of marketplace, and one of the largest marketplace is this is for the local, and this is the website platform, and this is a TV shopping. Is now TV shopping is moving to online more and more. But most of TV shopping, they came from Korea, like Korea. This is from Korea mostly. And in terms of classifieds, is growing too. But most of classified, they're separating to the small market, like a car, property, like a job, like that. This is a huge category, like classifieds in Thailand. And for the B2C, like a fashion is huge, book is reducing, travel, cosmetic, like all the kind of the vertical industry, like construction, beer, something like home improvement, like that, ticketing, or the e-tailer. Okay, this is the whole for the e-commerce B2C and B2B in Thailand. And this is for logistics and fulfillment in Thailand. Okay, you see that this is a lot of 3PL locally, and we have a 3PL marketplace, or the logistic aggregator, and 3PL in terms of exporting. That means if you want to focus in terms of the cross border, maybe you have to focus in this area. And tour and international. This is the bus. They're moving between province. That means some of them turn themselves to be like logistic company. Okay. And the fulfillment, this is one of the key. If you want to come and sell to Thailand, that means you need to use 3PLs, exporter, exporting from your country to Thailand and bring your product to the fulfillment. And this is one of huge too. Is it a food delivery and on-demand delivery? Mm-hmm. This is something that, okay, it's about the logistic and fulfillment in Thailand. And for the payment, we have a lot of wallet too. This is wallet part, okay, and a lot of local wallet, and they have international money transfer. They have payment gateways. They have like Visa and Mastercard. They have a crowdfunding that you can come in and earn money from this kind of platform. And this is online marketing. Okay, a lot of services in terms of online marketing, like affiliating, cashback, loyalty program, price comparison, e-commerce enabler, social commerce, order and stock management platform is, most of things is huge in Thailand right now. And the last one is cloud and web hosting. As if you want to host your platform in Thailand, we have a locally, cloud and in Thailand that you can use. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the last one is a website designer and also the online agency. That means if you coming and you want someone to helping you to do the fully online marketing, this is some of the company they focusing in terms of the online marketing and online agency that they can help you in terms of the whole end-to-end online campaign. That's mean in terms of that is the whole landscape for Thailand. And you see that this is something that about Thailand data. Okay, I will tell you later about this data. Okay, the first thing, the value of the e-commerce in Thailand now is jumping up. Sorry, we have recent data. Is 2019. That is about this number. Is a million. Okay, one is a billion, right? Okay, 132,000. Okay. Trillion, right? Like that. Okay, not trillion. Okay, billion. Okay. Mm-hmm. for 2019. And in terms of the growth rate of e-commerce in Thailand, it's growing so fast, especially in 2017 and 2018. But the number for 2020 is not coming up. Now we are on processing to do the survey. In a few months, we're going to knowing that what happened in 2020. And for my guess, I think the number is going to jumping up, might be over the 30%, because due to the COVID-19, that people cannot going out, and then they spend a lot of time in the internet in Thailand. And in terms of the value of the B2C e-commerce, you see that the one the largest is China, okay, USA, Japan, France, South Korea, and Thailand, okay, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Singapore. This is the number of the value of the B2C e-commerce value, okay. And for the growth rate for each country, okay, the China is number 1, USA, Japan, okay, France, and South Korea, okay. And this is a presentation, okay, of the in terms of e-commerce in each year. You can see that we separate into B2C, B2G, and B2B. You see the largest number of the e-commerce in Thailand is B2B is about 47%, and B2C is about 37%, and B2G is about 15.38%. Okay, and this is in terms of e-commerce in each industry. You see that the number, this is the color, each color in each year. You see that in terms of the retail and wholesales, the value of the e-commerce is jumping up in the retail and wholesales. But not only that, okay, because Thailand is a country of the tourism, okay. You see that the number of the e-commerce in Thailand in terms of accommodation is growing up in the second rank. And the third rank is manufacturing. That means in terms of the B2B e-commerce, it's growing too. And the last, the fourth rank is information and communication. That means in terms of data, in terms of the IT stuff like that. And this is now it's growing of each industry by year. And if you're going in detail in terms of retail, and each industry in retail, like an online mall, okay, fashion, cosmetic, okay, car, computer, furniture, food, and you see that. And each year, you see like online mall is growing a lot in 2019, and it's one of the largest part in the whole retail industry. And this is really interesting data that, okay, Thai government, okay, they're doing research, okay. And if we asking that which channel is the largest they're selling in online, you see that the largest one is this line. Is a marketplace become one of the largest channel for Thailand. That means in terms of the retail and wholesales, they're selling to marketplace. And the second one, they're selling to social media, and they're selling to their own website and their own application, and they do the live stream platform. That means they do live commerce. This one is really interesting for Thailand, that people become like buy a lot of stuff to the Facebook Live, Instagram Live. That means they're generating sales a lot to the live platform. And in terms of the e-commerce channel in Thailand, okay, you see that we can separate in 3 channels, like marketplace, social media, like brand.com. Okay, I mean, if you want to sell to Thailand, you need to. It depends on each industry, each product and services. But I would say that you need to go into the 3 channels. But it depends. But if you're fashion, you might go into the social media. It's good because most of the lady, teenager, they prefer to buy stuff in the social media. But for a lot of people, normal people, they going to a marketplace to buy stuff. In Thailand, I think one of the largest, I call the JSL. J is JD, okay, JD Central, okay. And S is Shopee, and L is Lazada. It's 3 marketplace they're controlling. I think I would say might be more than 90% of the market share in the marketplace, controlled by 3 of provider, and with the huge of the budget spending for 3 of them, they spend huge of money to stimulating Thai people to buy things online. They spend huge money in the television. I think maybe same thing in Malaysia, that a lot of campaign, a lot of budgeting, a lot of discount to providing to the Thai people, and try to stimulating them to buy things online. And with the huge campaign, with the huge discount, like 90% that they try to advertise, is become like a one of magnet to bring the new people, bring the Thai people from the countryside going to online, because they use television, they use all spending a lot of money, bring the people to their wallet. And then that means they're educating the people to use a mobile phone and in the mobile internet. And after that, when the Lazada, Shopee, and JD, they're promoting that. That means people already in the mobile. That means it's easy for them to coming to the Lazada and Shopee and buy things online. That's why e-commerce become like really boom in Thailand right now. And sorry, it's in Thai. Okay, this is Lazada. You see that this is the revenue for Lazada for 20. Oh no, 19. Okay, the revenue is about 10 billion Thai baht. Okay, already, but they lost about nearly 44 billion. They lost nearly 4 billion Thai baht. Huge. That means in terms of loss, they did huge loss. That means if you backward for see their loss for 5 years, they lost nearly 10 billion Thai baht. Huge loss for Lazada Thailand. And for the Shopee Thailand, okay, the revenue is about nearly 2 billion, but the 4 billion in 2019, and within 5 years, they lost about 11 billion already. Crazy, right? Huge money that they're burning into the market. This is the reason that why e-commerce in Thailand, I think maybe every country in South Asia booming, because Shopee and Lazada, they spend huge money try to stimulating the people in the country buy things online. And this is the JD Central. They lost 1.3 billion, okay, in 2019. Okay. That means you see that, okay, with the 3 player, they spend a lot of money. In each year, they spend about 10 billion Thai baht. 10 billion Thai baht is in ringgit is about 100, right? Like that, 100 million ringgit or more than that to spend money to stimulating the e-commerce market in Thailand. That's huge money. Okay. And you see that in terms of USA, okay, Amazon, okay, already killed all the retail in USA. I think Best Buy, Toys R Us, Macy's, also the Walmart, they closed down all the retail. Okay, many retail in USA closing down because people moving to online. And same thing, okay. And when the China, the awake, like now, this is the data, okay. Alibaba acquired Lazada in 2017. And now this is the number of data. That means in Thailand, 2018, we separate product into category. One is the yellow one is local product. That means local selling by local people. And the blue one is the product selling from cross-border. That's mostly from China. That means in 2018, we have 50 million is local, the product selling by local people. But 60 million, the product selling mostly from China. That means most of product came from China. But 19, you seeing that? The number of product jumping up from 60 million from China is growing up to 135 million product item from China. But for regarding from the Thai the local seller, we have about 1 million seller we have about 38 million product items. But for China product, 135 million items is coming from 81,000 seller, China seller. This is a huge product, from China attacking to Thailand market. I think it's not only Thailand market. I think China products go everywhere in South Asia through the big marketplace. That means, sorry, okay. Let me move a little bit. Okay, this is a product category. Did you can seeing that? Oh, cannot move it. Oh, okay. It's freezing. Let me try to refresh again. Oh, my browser is gone. You can still hear me, right?
Yes, we can. We can still hear you.
My browser is gone. Okay.
Do you want to just use it first, or just?
Okay. Anyway, while I'm fixing, okay, maybe anyone have questions, you can ask me.
We have a few questions actually. Roger Lau, head of e-commerce, is actually asking: does Thailand has any enabler which has a logistic warehouse which experience in chill and frozen storage and delivery?
Logistic solution? You mean end-to-end solution?
Yeah, for chill and frozen delivery.
Yeah. We have a few company, 2 or 3 company. They can do the chill and frozen, the countrywide. And one of the company they can do it is the SCG, one of the big conglomerate in Thailand, working with the Yamato, like a Takubin. We have Takubin in Thailand. Okay.
Today seem to have Soma is having a connection issue, but never mind. Okay, so the next question is actually once 5G is released officially in Thailand, does they have an important role in terms of the new world of IT perspective? What do you think would make a change in e-commerce in Thailand in the near future? So this is regarding about 5G.
For the 5G, I think it's going to change a lot of things because everything will be automated. Okay, and in terms of data, we're going to moving from the data oriented. That means when you do the e-commerce, normally we use a few data. But when the 5G is coming, I think everything going to be automatically. That means from the when you produce a product or you importing the product, everything going to come into like a automate workflow. The data will coming flow from that. Although like a traceability, that means you can tracing where this product and everything will the customer will see that what product they're buying, and it's going to be and if for example something like from the 3G to 4G, everything change. Okay, when the 4G is coming, everything moving to like a live commerce, to the video commerce. When we have a 3G, we never using like a video. We just use like a images, like photo, like something like that. I mean, the format of e-commerce going to change. I don't know what is going to change, okay, but I'm showing that it's going to be more video, more rich media, because in terms of data, it's more open, and then it's going to be real time, and everything is going to be more, more data oriented for consumer. Oh, I cannot control my computer. Okay.
Okay. No worries.
Other question?
There was one other question. Benjamin was asking, what is a good platform to sell e-vouchers and sports-related item?
E-voucher. E-voucher. I would say maybe marketplace one good for that. But if you to selling voucher, it depends on what kind of market, right? That means if your target market is someone who playing, basketball, someone who ticket about, something, it going to the vertical industry, vertical community. That means most of people selling to the about singer or maybe Korean singer, maybe they promoting to the Facebook group, and then they going to the ticketing platform. Okay, something like actually 7-Eleven in Thailand, they have a ticketing platform too. That means you can buy ticket to online, and then you can buy the in at the 7-Eleven too. Okay.
No worries. There is another question. There's another two question actually. So Josh is asking, how competitive is the car accessory scene?
Accessory, right? Yeah, a little bit competing. I think because Thailand is one of the country we produce a lot of car part, and I would say that most of the sellers still not going to online. That means still have chance. Most of the because it's like a family business, and they're still not moving to online. Although they are the very big business in terms of the car part, but they're still in offline.
Okay. I will actually do a session later. I will get some of you guys to just introduce yourself to our Pawut. So, but feel free to just ask questions, interesting question. I'll just get you guys up. Celine is asking the
Daniel,
growth of, yes, sir.
I have to restart my computer. My computer is freezing. I will come back. Okay.
No problem. I'll get Soma to come in, and then maybe Carol and I can take over. Sorry again. Just hold on a second. Kun Pawut is actually taking a break to restart his computer. Let me just grab Soma up here. If you have any question, feel free to actually just write in, and we can get you up and let us know also what you think about the session so far, and is there anything we can actually do to actually get more what you guys need more to expansion. So we are doing a series of it. Upcoming also we have looking at Cambodia and Vietnam, and we're probably doing Indonesia again soon. So feel free to in the entrepreneur group, or just message Carol where do you want to actually talk about, and who do you want to listen to, and so on. Soma can only type at the moment, so that's the issue. And Carol is still here. Hi, Carol. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah. While we were waiting for Pawut to restart his computer, is there any upcoming thing that MDEC or the e-commerce community is actually that we need to look out for?
We are restarting our this year 2021 Go E-commerce Pocket Talk series. So we have our first session this coming Friday, dedicated especially for brand owners who wants to use micro KOLs and KOCs. KOCs meaning key opinion consumers, to shout out brands and products. And this is a limited offer to only 100 brands that the platform called Aspert. As an expert, but they call it Aspert, is offering only 1,500 ringgit for 60 KOLs for you to use in a year, 5 KOL 1 year, 5 KOL per month for you to shout your brands, and one is one brand. So it is this coming Friday is our session, starts at 3 p.m. by Zoom. So we'll host this over our first Go E-commerce. The next few, we're inviting more enablers out there who wants to share their products and services to our users, to our community in e-commerce. More than happy to reach out to us. So this Friday is our first series, and then we continue next 2 weeks again. We go for our second series. We haven't got the list of partners yet, but we want to open up to whoever out there that wants to be part of the presenter and the speakers. And upcoming Shop Malaysia online campaign and the Go E-commerce onboarding campaign for SMEs out there who wants to take advantage of the partners' incentives that is going to pour out to the SMEs. Once we finalize the partners' proposal, then we will make announcements to the mass. Who are the partners that SMEs or product owners can jump on board and get these incentives. That's all, Daniel.
No problem. So we have you're using so.
Really?
I'm back.
You're using Soma. You use Soma's link, so that's why.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, how come Soma is presenting?
I don't know. Okay. I clicked the long ring. Okay.
Never mind, it's all right. Don't worry. So
Okay.
Soma, you can. Okay. So feel free to just ask your question. We'll get back to the question soon. I think there's a lot of very great question. Was Evelyn, if you can just add to the question, Evelyn and Chalet, you can just add to the question platform just in case we don't miss out in the chat. The question platform is on your right hand side, all the way to the bottom. Thank you very much. I'll just mute myself and Patwood, you can
Okay.
proceed.
Okay. This is okay. I'm talking in terms of the Chinese product, the Chinese seller. You know, they invading South Asia. I think it's not only in Thailand, but Thailand we have number. I think in Malaysia I don't know that you have someone to analyze this cap number, and you're gonna see that a lot of product from China, it came to through the marketplace and attacking to the local consumer. Okay, that means Thai people, a lot of Thai people, they buys a lot in Lazada and Shopee, and they never know that. Sometimes they never know that the product they bought it's from China. And this is a category. Okay, I think the yellow one is the left hand side is category, and yellow one is a by local people, and the blue one, the product selling by Chinese from China. Okay, you see that the category that is very risky, that they cannot fighting. That means the local business they cannot fighting with the China product is a men fashion, men's and fashion, lady fashion. If you're going to Shopee, Lazada, you can see that a lot of fashion from China. Although the mobile gadget, okay, if you want to buy the gadget, if you want to buy accessory, I think the local business they cannot fighting because most of them importing the product, this kind of product from China anyway. But when the China factory, they coming directly from factory selling to the consumer, is really hard for local business. They can fighting, right? And in terms of sport and outdoor, a lot of running shoes, like a lot of accessory when you're playing sport. That is a lot of thing from China, attacking to the local market. You see that this is something that the local business they cannot fighting. And for the category that we can fighting is something like ticketing and voucher, health and wellness, okay, and food and beverage because they need the FDA, local FDA. They need to certify the FDA. That's why a lot of the product that they need license, they need like some certification. They cannot sell it in Thailand. I'm not sure this is maybe I would like to stop here and I would like to asking and someone can tell me that is happening in Malaysia too. This kind of the situation that okay China product overwhelming to the local marketplace. Daniel, anyone who can share it?
I think pretty much similar trend. I do not have the exact number. I think maybe Carol might have a bit more detail, but yeah, it's a very high competition e-commerce world, and I think one of the I'm not sure in Thailand actually, but in Malaysia there's a lot of people who like to do drop shipping over on the e-commerce platform. Carol.
Now, in Malaysia, when we started COVID lockdown last year, a lot of the marketplaces and also platform who are multi-channel, the one that's top selling is number one, home and living, those kitchen appliances where people start cooking at home. That's very hot selling. And the second item is category is home improvement because they stay at home quite long and they these are the two categories. Usually gadgets, electronic gadgets are hot item, but when children are not able to go back to school, then these gadgets were popped up. Fashion and beauty were not performing well because the first three category overtook fashion and beauty. That was for last year. This year, when more and more of us can go back to work and all, fashion goes back up, the cosmetic goes back up, but still, gadgets and electronic of home appliances are still top over that was, I don't have the numbers, but it's all shared by enablers who are close to us. When we ask them briefly in short chit chat, hey, what's your performing categories at the moment? So we get a lot of casual chit chat from them updating us. So this is what we have right now. When it comes to export, sadly to say that there are limited cargo space, limited ships, and limited air cargo that can travel out. Right now, the only exports that people can do are those who are selling a little bit higher price items so that they can use courier service of the FedEx, the DHL, even our local courier Post Malaysia. They're not operating, they only operate the courier part of service, which is EMS. So none of this normal post of a standard post is opening at the moment. So a lot of small time traders who are selling very small ticket item had to close their Etsy store, have to close on vacation mode for eBay and Amazon store because they were forced to use courier service. So that's what happening right now until the borders are open, that the air cargo planes can travel again. Then Post Malaysia and the normal guys, standards post can open for us to continue to do export business. The one that is doing very well right now that shared to us is home and living products, that's doing very well over in exports.
I think Howard actually has
Howard's gone.
Some connection issue again, but don't worry. That's actually very interesting to know. Yeah. So one of the things that what are some of the key things that you realize in there is Howard?
Yeah, I'm coming with the right I'm no more Soma.
Okay. So
Okay, I think the situation, I think the same thing. Okay, but I think if MTech can doing, I think Carol, I think you should study in terms of this kind of data, how much cross-border product attacking and fighting with the local seller.
Mm.
So this number is very interesting, and yep.
Go on.
And with this data. Because the Thai E-commerce Association, we study in this data, and then we talk a lot with government. And now government seeing this data, and then we coming up with some regulation, try to slowing down Chinese product. To sell, importing the product to Thailand, if the product pricing less than 1,500 or maybe around 150 ringgit, no need to pay tax duty. Yeah, tax duty. Okay, no need to pay. That means, but when the Chinese product came to Thailand, they coming like a big bulk, and they try to split into the small parcel. That means the pricing, most of the product is price is less than 150 ringgit anyway, or maybe some product is higher than 150 ringgit, but the Chinese seller they try to pitching the price over the parcel down, although maybe the price is 2,000 ringgit, but they claim on the package that it's 100 ringgit like that. That's why they don't want the buyer paying tax. That means the government losing a lot of revenue from this kind of product. That's why we changed the law. I think in the few months we're gonna change the law that now no more it's starting from 0 baht. That means all the product come to Thailand, you have to pay tax anyway. This is something that the government try to slowing down and protecting the local seller, because if the Chinese product ship the product from China without tax, that means the local business they cannot fight it with them, right?
Thanks. Let me say this: we at MDEC has received a lot of complaints from associations, especially who are represented by business owners who are always complaining to our Ministry of Trade, saying that the government in Malaysia allows. We are very lenient, I would say. Don't quote me. I think everybody would agree that in Malaysia government we're so lenient. Although we have a de minimis of anything above 500, the consumers would be taxed. But we at MDEC, what I see, I'm not saying I'm going to quote via MDEC. What I observe is that when the digital ID comes into place, that's where the government will start tracking what you buy from imports. And the government right now has already put I can't reveal a lot because this is not allowed for me to share. They saw the government Ministry of Trade, MOF, I would say MOF, seen one of our biggest e-marketplace here in Malaysia. I won't quote the names. That they import more than they push export, and this e-marketplace was asking, can the government give them free tax and all this? So when we have the data from customs, we can see that these e-marketplace are importing more than they export, because if they export more, then we can push them to have tax waive. But when they show us the data that their platform imports more, MOF is not going to give in to them having a tax waiver. So the government is listening to the association right now, and it takes time for Malaysia to put up such laws. Grateful that Pawut, that you have an association that will listen to you over here. It's going to be a long journey for us. A lot of our sellers here in Malaysia are 80% of them are purely traders who imports and then sell back, imports and sell
Okay.
back.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know about how
Okay.
big
Okay.
are the traders in Thailand, Howard.
Okay.
Yeah, Kevin is right. I agree with Kevin. Because we're not producers, there's a lot of us who import so much of goods because we aren't a lot of manufacturers, but our manufacturers are doing well in the electronics and oil and gas part. But when it comes to trading for food, F&B and all, we just have to support our local first before we want to export out.
Yeah, thanks,
Okay.
Carol.
Okay.
So,
Thanks.
Pawut, Pawut, are you there?
Screen macam hang. Soma is back.
Yeah, I think Pawut. I
Hi,
think
can you
Pawut
hear
has a
me?
connection issue.
My
We can hear you
connection
loud
is
and clear.
terrible, but I'm here with you all.
Maybe if you want to just while waiting for Pawut, we just introduce yourself first, Soma.
I'm just gonna continue to type, but I just want to know that I'm here, and then I'm just gonna type. It's easier. I think the connection is not very good, but lovely to be
Okay.
here. And please, Pawut, go on. Thank you.
I think he's having some connection. I think he's having some connection issue, but maybe Soma, since we have you here, why don't you just introduce yourself a bit? Well, Pawut is
Hi,
back.
I'm
Okay.
Soma, and I'm doing a lot of things at the moment. But currently, I'm an impact investor, and I've been with the startup communities for many years, and that's how we met Pawut actually. And he is back. Yes. Go, go,
All right,
go.
on
I'm
to
gonna
you
start
again,
typing.
Pawut.
Yep. Okay. 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 I think in terms of the China product, I think this is very, really serious situation. I think I went to Penang, last year like that. I talked with the local Penang seller. Okay. Actually, Adrian. Okay. They invite me to meet them. Okay. And they told me the same thing, that okay, the sales is reducing because of the Chinese products coming to the whole in Malaysia. And it's the same thing. Okay, many factory, some factory in Thailand, they're closing down because they cannot fighting with the product from China. Okay, you see, this issue is really serious for South Asia. Okay, and okay, next, and this is Lazada. Okay, it's Lazada. I think in a couple of years, okay, they keep investing a lot of money, and the one thing that the late line, they try to speeding up in terms of the product from China. Normally it took like 15 days. Now they say that it's going to be, after they improving the operation, it's going to be reduced to 5 days. 5 days. That means the product from China will come to Thailand more faster. And some of them, when they're seeing that some of the Chinese sellers, they're seeing that, oh, this product is good, they're coming and they're renting like the warehouse in Bangkok, or maybe the city around Bangkok, and they bring the product to Thailand and to shipping the product more faster. That means I think these things might be happening in the whole ASEAN country. What is impact to ASEAN and to local? Let me share screen again. Okay. The thing is gonna impact to the local business. That is, if you're seeing that, this is the shop, the local shop in the countryside of Thailand, the small shop, okay, mom and pop shop like that. And this is the number. Okay, you see the graph here, and they do the survey. Who is the online shopper in Thailand? Okay, they live in Bangkok about 44%, and they live in out of Bangkok 55%. And for myself, I've been to many provinces. I asking, okay, I've been to be the speaker in Chiang Mai, in Phuket, and every time I asking the people in the seminar room, it's about 300 people, 500 people, and asking them, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I asked them, hey, anyone buy things online? Only 5% in the room, they're showing their hand, hey, I buy things online. But this year, I came back and I'm doing seminar again. I asking people again in the same question that, hey, anyone buy things online? 55% of people in the room, they show their hand and said, hey, I bought things online. It's pretty easy. It's pretty convenient. It's cheaper. What happened if, a lot of people in the countryside, in the whole country, they buy things online? I asked them that where they're buying. They said, hey, I buy in Lazada, it's cheap. I buy things in Shopee. They have free shipping. They have cash on delivery. No need to pay online. It's the product alive and they pay the money. That is really, secure. And they didn't know that most of the product that they're buying from China, and impact to the local business. Why? Because most of the local business like this, this is a local shop in countryside of Thailand. They're selling shoes, they're selling shirts, they're selling a lot of stuff. But most of the product, they cannot competing with Lazada and Shopee because the price is more expensive than Lazada and Shopee. What happened for them in the next few years? For sure, when the next generation and the new people, they're not going to buy from this shop. They're going to buy online. And for sure, in the next 5 years, this kind of shop is going to closing because people behavior, they don't want to buy the product from this kind of shop because it's more expensive. The product is not variety, right? But if they go into the Shopee and Lazada, they have a lot of variety, they have a lot of color, they have a lot of price, and then free shipping, discount coupon. That means it's gonna hurting a lot in terms of the local business, not only in Thailand. I think it's the whole South Asia. That's why I told you that e-commerce, when they coming, it's gonna killing the local business a lot. Online's growing, but the online's growing, the numbers growing is not from local. It's international business. They're growing. The factory in China is growing, right? This thing I would like to remind you. This thing I'm fighting a lot in Thailand. I try to tell the government this thing is really, it's gonna hurting a lot of local business, right? Because a lot of people all over the country, they're not going to buy local product. They're going to buying things in online. And most of money going to China. Okay. This thing is happening. And things happen too in terms of D2C, direct to consumer trend is coming in Thailand too. Brand and manufacturing, they start selling direct to consumer. This is a huge trend in Thailand. I think it's the same thing in Malaysia, that, a lot of brand, okay, you see the normal supply chain, when the manufacturing, they produce the product, okay, they produce like a Philips, Durex, Unilever, they produce the product, and how they sell, they're selling to the wholesaler, they're selling to the distributor, and they're selling to the retailer, and then the product reaching to the consumer, right? A lot of hub, a lot of a lot of step, that product from factory is going to consumer. For the new waves coming, we call the D2C, or the consumer. Nowadays, a lot of factory, a lot of manufacturing, a lot of brand, they do D2C. They produce a product, and they have they have their own team. They have online team. They have online marketing team. They have e-commerce team in their brand, in their factory. And they start selling product direct to consumer. Where they start selling to the Lazada, they start selling to the Shopee Mall. I would say that the last 10/10, Double Day in 10/10, in the last October, is a huge campaign in Lazada and Shopee. And this campaign, a lot of brand, it's the first time that I saw that a lot of brand in Thailand, a lot of factory brand coming to selling in Lazada and Shopee. Something like, the trend of D2C is growing in America. You see that? A lot of number, a huge number. That means the trend is changed. The factory and brand, they change their mindset. Normally, they think that they have to sell in the traditional channel. And nowadays, they change the way that they're selling their product direct to the consumer. They're going to online. And then something like this, Shopee, you see a lot of brand, L'Oreal, Huawei, okay, a lot of brand, they open their own shop in, marketplace. And then like, Milo, they open the shop in, Shopee and Lazada, and they advertising in Facebook with the huge campaign and huge discount. And when the people click advertising, it's going to e-commerce and, buy directly to brand. Something like Dutch milk, is it milk, dairy product. They sell direct to the consumer. And you see that this thing that they mentioned, that free delivery the whole country, free delivery the countrywide. Oh my God! If you buy dairy product, and you can get the product right to your door, it's gonna what happened with the with the mom and pop shop, with the local convenience store. What's gonna happen with them? Okay, this is something that is a happen. That means in terms of the one who is doing business like a middleman, who bring the product from factory, who bring the product from brand, and then I think it's gonna be really risky for you, because the brand and factory, they're gonna do the shortcut and sell direct to the consumer. And the reason why they want to doing that, because if they're selling to the consumer, that is the consumer, one thing that they have more profit, because they no need to pay GP or gross profit to the other provider that they're selling to, right? And they can get the customer data that they never earned before, because normally when the product selling to the normal supply chain, supermarket, right? Okay, maybe the normal shop, they earn the customer data. But when they sell direct to the online, they earn the customer data, who buying that, where they're buying, how much they're buying, how much is the basket size, like that. This is data the brand never get it. But when they get it, they can do marketing, more deeper, and they can sell direct to the consumer better and easier for the consumer. This is the change gonna be, really risky for the middleman. Okay. And the platform, if you want to sell in Thailand, I have the platform. This is one of the things that I'm doing, Talat.com. Talat.com is one of the platforms that we try to connect. Now we have platform to connect to Lazada and Shopee, and then you can have your own website. And we already connect to the payment. We already connect to the logistics and fulfillment, and we connect to the social commerce too. That means now the platform, we connect to Lazada and Shopee, because we just bring the product there. And then the platform already connect to the payment. That means you can enable credit card, bank payment, bank mobile banking, convenience store payment over the counter, PromptPay, the new card payment in Thailand. And also you can do like an installment too with the platform. And then you can enable in terms of the logistics, because I invest many company, then I bring the all company in one platform. That means with the one platform in e-commerce, you can use all kind of the logistics and payment under one platform. Okay, and then we connect to the Facebook, we connect to the Facebook chat too. And this is something, that platform, that if you want to come to Thailand, you want to start selling to Thailand, maybe you can try the Talat.com, we call e-commerce platform. This is in terms of the marketplace. This is in terms of the percentage, in terms of payment. In terms of payment, you see that, okay, we can separate into two parts. The green one is online payment, and the blue one is offline payment. You see that a lot of business in Thailand, in many industry, most of them they accept online payment. And in terms of online, we talk about credit card and debit card, prepaid card, reloadable card, okay, internet banking and mobile banking, e-wallet, and international payment. Okay, cryptocurrency start very famous in Thailand right now. And for the offline, they're going to the over the counter, they're going to 7-Eleven, they're going to the convenience store to pay. They have cash on delivery. It's huge, because most of people in Thailand, they believe that the trust is very important. They don't want to pay upfront. They don't want to use credit card. They want to pay cash. That's why cash on delivery is huge. That means if you come to Thailand, maybe the cash on delivery is one of the options you need to providing to the customer. The bank transfer, check, and purchasing order like that. And for the payment like that, I told you that, okay, the online payment and offline payment. In terms of one of the really huge famous in Thailand, we call PromptPay. In terms of PromptPay, you can use an ID number, ID card number, and you can use SIM number instead of the bank account. That means if I want to transfer money to my friends, I can use their mobile number, or I can use the ID card number. That means I can transfer money to them without fee. That means zero fee. No need to pay any fee. That means in Thailand, in terms of the interbanking mobile money transfer, it's no fee at all right now. Because a lot of bank, a lot of financial institute, okay, they're working together with the central bank, with the PromptPay and QR code payment. And now in Thailand, if you come to Thailand, a lot, if you go to the street food, if you go to the small mom and pop shop, now they accept the QR payment anywhere. Very famous, because with the one QR, you can use any mobile banking. You can use any payment, application in Thailand can pay in the one standard QR code. We call the PromptPay. Okay, this is a lot of mobile banking. All mobile banking in Thailand supporting PromptPay. That means any bank, they can pay, very fast, very easy, and very convenient, to the anything in online, offline. It's one of the, big jump, for Thailand, that we have this kind of payment. Because back to before we had this kind of payment, when you pay, you have to pay fee. When you transfer money between bank, you have to pay fee, a lot of fee. And with this kind of payment, it stimulates the people, to pay online more and more. Okay. Like this. This is a QR code. Like this. That means if you go to the market, I go to the market, I can pay with the mobile banking very easy, and with one standard code. Okay. And in terms of payment, in Thailand, 46% people using internet and mobile banking. 26% they use credit card, okay, and debit card. 19%, okay, they use prepaid card and wallet, and reloadable card, okay. This is for the SME market. But for enterprise, they prefer, internet banking and mobile banking. The credit card, check, and PO still, preferable, and cash on delivery. This is something that, okay, is about the payment in Thailand. And if you want, I have a company. I try maybe a little bit soft tie-in. Okay, this is my company named Pay Solution. Okay, actually we are the first payment gateway in Thailand. We supporting online, offline payment. You can come and use, because we supporting credit card and debit card. We supporting installment. You can separate in 10 months to pay. We supporting internet banking and mobile banking. We supporting QR payment. and we're supporting e-wallet, okay, and WeChat Pay. And we're supporting over the counter. That means you can go into the convenience store like a Family Mart, okay, and post office, and you can paying there. We have more than 450,000 location over Thailand, and we have recurring payment. That means we can get the money, accept the money, deduct the money from the customer every month or every time you want to get the money. It's good for the subscription payment, okay, subscription, okay. We generating payment link is very famous in Thailand right now. That means you can have your own link. And then in Thailand, most of people, they prefer to chat. We call chat commerce. They prefer to chat. That means when you chat with the customer and the customer want, hey, I want to pay you, you just send the link to the customer. And when the customer click link, it going to your own payment page. That means no more shopping cart. No more shopping cart. It, jumping across shopping cart to the payment page. That means you chatting with the customer, and then customer, okay, I want this product, maybe it's 500 ringgit, and then you just send the link to them, and then the customer click the link, and they pay 500 ringgit direct to your account. We call Pay Social. It's very famous right now in Thailand. Something like a lot of social media company, a social media seller, they something like this is like a seafood delivery. They're selling like a seafood. They're selling like a a lot of shrimp, a lot of crab, that you can buy seafood online, and people can buy and order to the Facebook. And thing is, they're providing that they can accept credit card, although they are personal, and they can do like an installment, 3 to 10 months to pay. That means they can jumping up their sales because people can use credit card to pay. Although they just like an individual, although they're just a social media seller, they can accept credit card. This is called Pay Social, and this is one of client, okay, the seller. After they accept credit card, they are selling in the social media. Thailand social media is huge, okay, and they use the pay with link. With the pay, the service name Pay.sn, okay, www.pay.sn. The sales jumping up after they allow the customer pay to the credit card and installment, because they can increase their basket size, from a few hundred to 1,000 or many thousand after people can use credit card to pay. Okay, this is the payment, okay. It's very important. It's growing and easier because we have PromptPay. And in terms of logistics, okay, you see that a huge logistic, growing so fast in the 5 years because a lot of logistic provider, coming up. I think maybe back to 7 years or 8 years ago, we have only one logistic company, in Thailand Post. Maybe we have some small, but nowadays we have more than 10 and 20 logistic company. Is supporting for e-commerce units, a lot of logistic company. And in terms of logistic company, okay, for the enterprise and SME, you see that it depends. Most of SME, they prefer Thailand Post, and they prefer third-party logistic and in-house transportation, logistic aggregator, and a lot of logistic company. Thailand Post is one of the largest and the longest history logistic company in Thailand. They have a nationwide. They have a countrywide. They can supporting. They have 1,000 location all over Thailand. That mean it's become something like a people Thailand, they're familiar with this Thailand Post. But nowadays they got challenged by the new player. Who's the new player? Is Curly. Okay, Curly is one of the logistic company. They're coming. They're growing with Lazada. They have a COD. They're growing so fast. And then last a couple of months, they just entered to IPO in Thailand. That means they earn a lot of money and they start expanding the business in Thailand a lot. And another business growing so fast is the Flash Express. Flash Express, they're raising a lot of money, and now they become like one of the fastest growing logistic company in Thailand. Due to the price of the shipping, it's really cheap. In terms of Thai baht, it's 25 baht, okay, or maybe less than 20 ringgit. No, 2 ringgit, less than 2 ringgit for one shipping, really cheap. That's why they expand so fast, and they can they're raising a lot of money. That's why they become like a top 3 player. One, Thailand Post, Curry, and Fresh Express is a top 3 delivery logistic company in Thailand. But if you want the question, if you want to shipping like the frozen, they have a SCG Express, it's Yamato Takubin, joint venture, and they have Inter Express. This one is supporting like a frozen logistic. That means door to door. You can and JWD Express also have the frozen logistic too. And if you don't know which one you want to use, you can going to using Shippop. Shippop, I think is they're providing in Malaysia as well. The Shippop is a shipping aggregator. That means Shippop connect all the logistic company in Thailand. I would say all. That means they have every kind of logistic in Thailand that you can use. Okay, they connect to Thailand Post, they connect to Curry, they connect to SCG, Takubin, they connect to Lalamove. That means you can comparing which one is the fastest one, which one is the cheapest one. This is all the they also have Alamex too. They also supporting domestic logistic, and also they have international logistic too. That means you can use Shippop, ship product from Malaysia and to Thailand. Okay, this is something that it's already have in Thailand and Malaysia. They can use a platform do labeling. They can use like a door-to-door, delivery. They have a tracking platform, And now the Shippop in Thailand, they have the franchise. Now they have more than 800 franchise Shippop shop all over Thailand. That means to use a Shippop is growing logistic company in Thailand. Now we have a Shippop. That you can go and www.shippop.my. This is the Malaysia. And for the online marketing in Thailand, for the SMB, they prefer to use Line. Line is huge. Line is huge, number one chat application in Thailand. And then they use the Facebook application, Facebook advertising, Instagram and other kind of advertising. But for enterprise, they prefer, Facebook advertising, and Google advertising, Line, Instagram and YouTube. That means it depends. Your SMB, they use this kind of marketing tools, and if you're enterprise, they use another type of advertising tools. And one thing is become more famous in Thailand into advertising is influencer. Now people in Thailand, they not believe in advertising anymore. They believe in influencer. That means in Thailand, we separating influencer to like a macro influencer, the person who have a million follower. They have medium influencer, they have micro influencer or nano influencer. That means this kind of people become like a more influence to people to buy things in online. Now they have a platform in Thailand. It's named Tailscore. The tailscore.com is the platform that you can use this to looking for influencer to this influencer going to be promoting. They're going to talking about your product. They can ask them to review your product too. Now they have more than 50,000 influencers in the platform. That means you can go in there. You can go into platform and then something like you can post and then you can give the task. Hey, you have to say something about my brand. And then after they're sharing to the social media, the Tailscore on the tracking, are they speaking out? Are they mention about your brand? And then we pay money to influencer. We call influencer platform. And you pay really cheap. This is a 700 baht per people. It depends. If that person have a huge follower, you pay more. But if they have small follower, you pay less. That means a lot of brand in Thailand, a lot of SMB, they use a Tailscore to become platform, to using to reach to the influencer, and then influencer reaching to the Thai people. This platform you can use by yourself. You can go in there and you can change to English, and then you can select that which location you want to promoting. You want to promoting in Bangkok, promoting to Northern, or you can promoting to which province you going to the Chiang Mai. You want to promoting to Pattaya like that, and then you can select the gender. male or female or LGBT. You can choose that, and the age of the influencer, and then what category you want them to mention. That means if you are food, you can ask someone who really good in food influencer. If you are sport equipment, you ask someone to a sport player. If you are mom and children, you can ask someone who are very influenced in this kind of in mom and kids product. That means they have a category that you can choose that who is going to be influencer, and then the tail score going to be showing up. This is the top influencer that you can choose, and then you can asking them to speak out about your product and service. And after that, the platform can tracking how many people talking about your brand. This is the platform. It's influencer platform. It's more famous in Thailand right now. Normally we do advertising, but now the way it's changing to influencing. Okay. Now a lot of brands using that, like the True Money, they're using a 500 micro influencer talking about their brand. Okay. This is advertising. And for the Thailand, we have the Thai E-commerce Association, founded 2006. Okay, and we are like the association in between government and private sector. We're working a lot with government. Okay, and we have Thai E-Payment Association, and we have Thai E-Logistics Association. That means if you want to come to Thailand, maybe you can working with this kind of association too. That means this is a three association try to working and supporting Thailand e-commerce. Okay. And now we have we call Thailand Online Mega Sales. It's something like online sales day in Thailand. Okay. This is a big campaign that is happen in the end of the year. I think it's something like a My Cyber Sale in Malaysia. Okay. And if you want to checking the company in Thailand, I have another company that you can checking. This is the name is Credent. Credent is a platform that you can check any company in Thailand. Okay, any company. Now we have a data in Thailand, 1.4 million company in Thailand, and you can check the director and who is a shareholder in Thailand. Something like something. Let me show the real thing like that. Okay. This is you can go into the Credent, and then if you want, you can change to English. Okay, English. Okay. That means if you want to checking the company name, like you want to checking the Shippop, okay, you can go into checking Shippop, and then it's gonna listing the company all in Thailand. Okay, like that. Okay, Shippop. Okay, Shippop. You can go in there checking that. Like that, you can see the revenue, you can see the expense, you can see the tax, you can see the net profit. Okay, and how many operating for 5 years, the value of the business like that. Okay, the value of the business, who director. Okay, and this is the cash flow. Okay, the government procurement, the VAT from the tax, the revenue department, capital registration, and you want to see shareholder, who's the shareholder, who's the director. In terms of financial, you can see the financial data. Okay, how much sales, profitable, or balance sheet like that. Financial position, you can check everything for any company in Thailand in terms of financial ratio too. You can check that, and you can check in terms of business analysis. Okay, and this is the free. That means if you want to checking some company in Thailand, you can come into Credent and you can checking any data. Something like you want to checking like a Shopee like that. Okay, you can go and searching that and show the Shopee Thailand, and you can see anything, any data, any company in Thailand. It's a free services that you can use. Okay, this thing that you can analysis. Okay, Thailand company more deeper with this kind of data. Okay. Credent is free, but if you want to check more deeper, it's not free. But I have credit that you can use. Okay, if you want to checking in terms of the shareholder and who is director, this is something like sensitive data. You need to pay normally 300 baht, but I give you a free credit code that you can go in and check any company in Thailand with this code. Okay, but normally it's free. Okay. And the last one, if you want to sell in Thailand, I would recommend that I separate in 3 stages. One, okay, early stage, you have to test and verify your market. That means And the company, okay, sorry, the company is still in Malaysia. Sorry, not it's in Malaysia, and operation is still in Malaysia, not Thailand. And the product you ship from Malaysia to Thailand, and shipping from Malaysia to Thailand, but maybe you facing in terms of the tax too, because now we have inbound tax. But when you have maybe 20 SKU and 20 product items, and then you're trying to sell to Lazada Thailand, Shopee Thailand, like that, and you say, oh, this one is good, this one is selling good. Okay, if the local Thai people react, good reaction with this product, and then you're moving to the medium stage. That means you knowing that which product is fit to Thailand, and then you can still ship product from Malaysia and operating from Malaysia, but you can ship product like a big bulk to the local fulfillment. And when the product you moving from Malaysia to local fulfillment, and when they shipping from local fulfillment, in terms of tax gonna be bulk volume, and then maybe some product they have FTA to help you. And when you seeing that is a long term, you want to do business long term. You want this product is good. Maybe it's the product is mature market. Maybe you can come to Thailand. You open the company here. You operating from Thailand. You operating from the local fulfillment and shipping from the local fulfillment, and you paying tax like that. This is something that I would recommend, that if you want to testing the product to sell to Thailand, and maybe the first stage, early stage, might be easier for you. Okay, maybe you control everything from Malaysia, but when you know that which one is good, maybe you need local fulfillment to supporting you. That I have some local fulfillment that you can use in something like this is a speak called Trustbox fulfillment. It can sorry, English, okay. Trustbox fulfillment, they do the fulfillment, local fulfillment in Thailand. It's quite good, okay. And another one is siamoutlet.com. It's a local fulfillment too. I mean, you can use them to keep your product. That means you can bring your product from Malaysia and keep it in their warehouse. And after you got order, they can ship it to you. Okay, this is some like to fulfillment that you can use. It's very cheap, I think. Okay, and this is the way you can sell in Thailand. Okay, that's all. Okay, I think the thing that I'm showing you, that I told you about the whole landscape of e-commerce in Thailand, and I told you that in terms of the platform, marketplace, social media, how to pay, how to ship, how to do the marketing, and this is all data I think is going to be benefit for you, that you can use. Okay, that's all. Any question? Maybe.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. There's actually a bunch of questions. We have to get through it. So I think just now there is someone that raised his hand, Mike Chu. If you are still interested to ask, I can get you up later. But let's go with. Just like to thank Carol for actually to come in. I know she have to run, so let's go with a question from Celine. The local growth of cross-border is far greater than Thailand local. What your perspective of this case? I think you mentioned something about this, right, Pawut?
Oh, about what? Sorry.
The local growth of cross-border e-commerce, I think that's what Celine mentioned, is far greater than the local growth of Thailand. What's your perspective?
Local product, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's what she means.
I mean, local product from Thailand to other country, or what?
I think for Thailand itself, yeah. I'll get Celine to ask her question. Hey, Celine.
Hi.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
You have two questions. Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah. In fact, thank you so much for this Thailand e-commerce. So my question that I see, one of the slide that you shared, is in fact when the cross-border open, the growth is exponential in Thailand compared to the local growth. And
yeah.
after listening, their associations and helping it. But what is the outlook for that? How is that sustainable? When such a big marketplace. I recently just completed a netpreneur training, and then I understand the whole ecosystem. So when in the scene of Southeast Asia, especially like Thailand, Malaysia, and all this, I mean, it's still very new that influencers are from China, but how could we collaborate, like Paul, your sharing definitely would help us in terms of how we could sell it out, like me I'm from a hotel background for 24 years, but I'm moving on to e-commerce. And what I'm doing currently is bringing all the local Malacca product that hoping to sell Malacca, like go Malacca, and people would, when they can open and travel again, they could come and visit Malacca, So my question is, how is your experience in terms of when you see the growth, is so restricted for local Thailand, compared to the cross-border where China import exponentially, local rural area, they didn't know they buy from China. What is the thing that you make people buy local on the e-commerce?
I'm telling the SME in Thailand that now this really difficult situation for them. If your product competing directly with the China product, I'm telling them that okay, the first thing they have to do is that you have to go to the Shopee and Lazada and searching your product is there. Any competitor is not. And then if you're from China and they are sell cheaper, I think this thing you have to come back and study and working more harder. The first thing they have to some of product mostly from SME, they are no brand. There's something like the producing, they are no branding. I told them that they have to doing branding, brand mark, brand name, have people, hey, this is a brand product. Okay. We are not like a cheap product. We are not OEM. We're not like that. Okay. And when you are branded product, your value is more higher, right? And then you are differentiate from the Chinese product, because Chinese product, most of them is pricing cheap. But if you're a brand, you have more brand. That means you need to spend more money to build up your brand. The second thing, you have to come back and see that, okay, your business is more efficient or not. That means you have to coming back and use technology to utilize technology to increasing your efficiency. That means if your business, your SME, you have 10 employees and you still use paper and you still use manually, I think it's really risky for you to cannot fighting with the China. But if you moving to using like the online HR, you use online accounting platform, use online marketing, you move your sales transform from the analog business to the online business, become like an e-business company. No paper, everything online, okay, and efficiency gonna business gonna generating a lot more efficient. That means in terms of investment or cost gonna be reduced, or maybe you have 10 people but your revenue is gonna be increased going up. That in terms of efficiency. And the third one, you need to go online. The way that you can go to online, you have to seriously go to online, and you have to remind yourself that maybe you have to go to online first. Online become like the first priority for your company. If your product is there, right? Then you have to build up your team, online team. You have to someone really understand. You have to someone really keen in online. Most of SME want to do everything by yourself. But sometimes you cannot do it because sometimes you have the day-to-day operation, you have to day-to-day work, but you cannot focus in online. But this way, you can hire someone really good in online and working online for you and set the online target for them to try to generating sales to online. And this is very important for this. And when you sales online, try to not focus local market. Try to thinking about cross-border market. Cross-border market is one of the really, the far larger and bigger market more than a local market. Okay. something like CIMV, ASEAN country, some Europe, America. I think it's one of the really good market, but you have to study first which product is fit for your product, right? I think international market, cross-border is one of the key that you can expand your product. Okay, that is thing that I think, and the last thing, you have to understand clearly what is online can doing, because sometimes when the leader of the company not really understand about online, you cannot drive the company to online. That means that is one part. The first thing is brand. The second thing is efficiency. Use technology, increase efficiency. The third thing is team, online team. The fourth thing is sales online and cross-border. The fifth thing is you have to really understand online. This is the way that you can change from the SME, you can fighting with the Chinese product, because you have to lift up yourself. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Celine. Really appreciate. I should move you back to the audience. And so the next question actually, question, Benjamin is actually asking about MDEC. I think MDEC does a bunch of stuff. If you're in the entrepreneur community, we'll get Carol and the rest of MDEC to share in terms of what they tend to do. So feel free to just hang around, and Carol is not around to explain. So thank you very much. So the next question we have on the side, does have some condition to penetrate the market in Thailand? Is it necessary for us to register a brand name? Is in the mother and baby market, what is the most popular there? I'm trying to, I think she's trying to ask basically in the mother and babyhood market, what is the most popular brand name, and how do you register a brand name?
Really fragment it, because mother and kids product is very vary. Okay, it depends which kind of industry you are. Okay, but I would say that now the mother, new mother, they online, they fully online. That means, and they are following. Okay, most of new mother, they reading information from the internet, and then any mother mention this is good for kids, and then they're following, they buy. They not care about price, because they would like to spend the best thing for their kids. And where they're buying, I would say that, okay, marketplace is one of that, Shopee and Lazada. But mostly the mother, they going to the community Facebook group. They go into Facebook group. That means if you're thing, you have to not just advertising. You have to use influencer, like a mother, influencer. Hey, I use this one, is good. Okay, it's good for my kid, like that. And then it's gonna influence all the mother. And then because sometimes if your product is no brand, no one know you, mother. Okay, maybe the mother they're not brave enough to use your product. But if someone use it before and tell them they told that this is good, they're gonna following. Then going to the vertical industry is one of the strategy. Facebook group, and join the group that most of mom joining, but you need the local people, you need a local agency to working for that. And the second one, influencer marketing is very important. But before that, you have to prepare your online platform. You have to go to Lazada, you have to go to Shopee. But most of mother and Thai people, they prefer to chat. Asking more information, because if they're going to the Shopee and Lazada, sometimes, chatting, they have chatting there, but some of them, they prefer to going to the Facebook pages who selling the product. They're going to prefer to the Instagram. Okay, that means social media or social commerce may be another channel you have to look into. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. Then this is from Sulin. Sawadika Kunpom would like to know more about the transportation and logistic industry in Thailand with the land bridge building from 2024 to 2026.
24. The minimum, the logistic, right?
The land bridge building of the land bridge actually.
What is land bridge? I'm not sure.
Okay, maybe we will. Let me try to get Sulin up on that. We move on to the next question. So Chala actually asked, what's a good platform to sell halal food products? We currently don't have representative in Thailand, and how can we do cross-border online selling in Thailand, like more specifically for halal food?
Same thing. I think marketplace is one of the normal channel you have to go in. You have to open in Shopee, Lazada. Okay.
Mhm.
But before you going that, you have to like mentioned, maybe you going to the phase one. Like the same thing that you have to test the product first. Which one is good for you, right? Okay. Like this presentation. I think this one is really clear, right? Okay. You have to testing which product is good, right? And then you can ship product from Malaysia, operating from Malaysia, and the channel you going to Lazada and Shopee. I think maybe it's good for that. Okay. And again, I think same. You have to go into Halan, the Muslim people, Muslim community, and try to using influencer to talking about your product. That this product is good. This product is good. That means I think in terms of the online marketing and online communication, it's going to be mixed. But first thing, try to bring product that they can buy and sales. Marketplace, social media, and chat is very important. Although if you have your own website, it's okay. Prepare your product is there that they can reach and they can buy. And after that, do the marketing. Marketing, okay, Facebook, okay, advertising, Facebook ad, you can do it, okay. Google keyword advert, you can buy it, okay. But one thing I would like to add on is influencer. It's very important. It's very important. Maybe you can try TailScore and then you can spend a few. Everything is self-service. You can go in there, you buy credit, and then you can select who is a influencer that you can ask them to be influencer for you.
All right, thank you very much. And Sulin, we got you on. Can you elaborate on your question, please?
Hi, Sawadika, Kumpon.
Sawadika.
How are you?
Good.
Okay.
Good.
I understand Thailand is going to build a land bridge, and it's going to be from Sikau Trong to Klong Thai to Hanoi. So that's the land bridge.
Okay.
So that does actually mean that Malaysia and Singapore, our port will be reduced, our port usage. So Thailand will be the one that is going to be dominating the transportation industry, especially when we are talking about the shipping. We are talking about all the logistics and transportation. So Straits of Malacca will have a reduction in the ships coming in. So would the port in Singapore. So I'm actually looking at now the transportation industry, especially in Thailand, because you guys are connecting with the rest of the ASEAN countries. You're talking about Myanmar, you're talking about China. So Malaysia and Singapore, we are kind of going to lose out a bit. But at the same time, it's an opportunity for us to tap into the transportation industry due to the fact that if that's the case, a lot of these goods will be coming in via the land rather than the waterways. Land and air will most probably be the one that is still not closed up yet. So because I read this online, and I know that Thai government is going all the way through already for this, and we're going to see the land port building up very soon. So please comment on that.
Okay. I think land bridge. I think I'm sorry about this for a long time, and I think they still not have a final conclusion about this. They study a lot, okay, and I would say that not very soon, not soon. I think it take a while. Because I think in Thailand people still not talk about this. They have a lot of study, but not really actual plan that hey, we're gonna build up the land bit like we call Klong Thai. Within this, no any actual plan for this project yet. But for Thailand, I think we like you mentioned, we are connected to many countries like Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and we have a Silk Road, right? okay, One Belt One Road, okay, that try to creating like an Asia highway. That means now we do have a highway that across country. That means if you want to going from Myanmar across to Thailand, and then you can go to Laos, and then you can go into you can pass to Vietnam, or you can go to Cambodia. Yeah, now we have this kind of a road already. And then we our government try to increase more in terms of the transportation in terms of the flight. Now the new airport is coming up in many provinces, and I think in a few months, in a few years, in terms of the flight transportation is going to be more famous, including like people. But the COVID is going to be impact to this kind of industry anyway. But soon after COVID is gone, I think in terms of transportation is going to be key. Going to be the key.
Because
not any soon.
Because from our side, we are into the B2B business, and we are actually targeting the transportation and logistics segment. So that's something that we are interested to actually target in Thailand, and we have partners in Thailand to actually do this. So maybe what we would like to do is that we have an opportunity to connect with yourself, Khun Pon, so that we can do this. Maybe I will send you an email later.
You can. So Sulin, we will get to the rest of the question, but I think you can actually chat a lot. Thanks a lot, Sulin.
Thanks.
Bye. Okay, let me move you to what? We got a next question. I think Charlotte is actually asking about food again. Soma, feel free to chime in, because she's asking, do selling food products through e-marketplace also require like Thailand's FDA approval? Yeah, does FDA is the Food and Drug Authority over in the US. Like, does Thailand have something like that?
Yes, you have FDA, and you need an FDA number before you can sell in Thailand. And now marketplace in Thailand, I think Lazada and Shopee, if you have food product or product related to health, you need to get the certificate from FDA before you selling.
But I think if it's more like just regular food, like snacks and stuff, you don't have to have any approval.
I think no need. No need, but maybe they're not very strict in terms of the simple food like that. Okay, no, maybe, but you can try.
Okay, thanks a lot. Evelyn is asking, what's the tax application for fashion? Tax application for fashion category for import value above 150 ringgit.
Oh,
that's very specific.
I don't know this data. You can Google. Okay, and then
okay.
It's not expensive. Okay, not expensive at all. Okay.
Got it. Han. Then the next question is from Celine again. In Malacca, there's a souvenir shop that used to order t-shirts from Thailand. However, today she informed me the t-shirt factory is closing down and unable to supply anymore. Okay, that's not a question. That's a statement. Hi, thank you for the info. I want to ask, is Saga a company? Thanks for the info. I wanted to do you need to set up a company in Thailand to do trading in Shopee or Lazada?
Actually, they no need. They allow personal selling too, but they need some identification number. That means you need to be local. As I know, they need to be local people.
So I think that one look for local partners.
You need local partners.
Talk to Soma. Soma can connect you.
Soma can help you.
And the last question, actually, does Thailand have any protection laws for branded goods? For example, if there's local agent in Thailand for Coach handbag, can I sell Coach handbag from Malaysia to Thailand? Like sort of parallel import, yeah.
I think you can help. I think you can sell it, okay, unless if you have a pricing or something that you are better than local. Yeah, can.
That sounds like Soma's view.
Before you selling anything to Thailand, first thing I would like to asking you to do a little bit research. Going to Shopee, Lazada, and sometimes it's not enough. You're going to the Facebook and then you're searching your product and the product that you're looking for in the Facebook too, and Instagram. That is a major channel that Thai people buying product. That means if your product is not there, and no competitor is there, I think it's a chance for you. Or maybe you're cheaper and you're better, that's a huge chance that you can sell to Thailand.
All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate that, and thank you everyone for attending. Feel free to just stay back, and the tables will be open. We will not close the room for chit chat, so you can actually jump and network with each other and so on. If there's no other questions, I will just end that. Thank you very much, Pak Wood, and thank you very much, Soma. Really appreciate. We will be doing more sessions in different niche about Thailand. Hope you guys get to learn and understand, and we hope to see more cross-border collaboration and businesses that will happen. And likewise, hopefully, oh, there's a question. Give me a second. Oh, no question. Okay, so thank you very much again. Really, and for those who are wondering whether there is going to be a replay, yes, there will going to be a replay in the entrepreneurs group. We'll be sharing it over there once this is over. And thank you very much. Soma, do you have anything to say before we move towards the networking session? No. Okay. So I'll let Soma. I'll let Pak Wood have the last word. So any final thoughts?
Oh, okay. I really I think e-commerce is growing, as we know. But one thing I'm very concerning, it's growing from locally or it's growing from international. I would recommend you to move it fast and try to push government to protecting. Because when you're growing, you try to growing, but your competitor too strong. They're cheaper, they're faster, but something that you have to tell your government, hey, can you slowing down them, because they're faster, they're cheaper. That means it's really hard for you to competing with them. And working with government, I think you have a Carol. I think she really understands what's going on, and then try to move faster. And local market might be small for you. I think you have to looking for the cross-border market, something like that. You coming and listening today. I think, yeah, try to working with government and jump out of the country and sell more. And not only in South Asian country, in other country, in Europe, in America, in Japan, it might be new market for you. The one move first, I think do have more chance. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's really amazing. So thank you very much. We're going to end the session. Feel free, do not disconnect your browser. You can go into the chat room and just chat. I'm going to leave the chat open. See you guys soon. Thank you very much again. Bye.
Bye.